A digital pet?
Yeah.
What's that? On closer
Oh my god, shut it off!
examination. I killed it! I'm so sorry!
Why is there like 4 things of poop on here?
Yeah.
Hello! Welcome back to Otaku Tuesday.
On Bookend Gaming.
Hey, I'm Travis.
I'm Eric.
Think of something funny quick. Nope. I got nothing.
We never are. That's not true. Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess that's up to you guys. So we're back in the swing of things.
Yeah,
we're not going to miss a week again.
Yeah, right.
Ever. I promise.
Ever.
Okay, I can't promise that. Things happen.
We can't, but yeah.
Everything will be okay. We swear. We will do our best to keep bringing you Otaku Tuesdays. Please don't leave us. Please. We're so sorry.
Oh God, we're outside this these ominous looking gates.
Yeah, we just had a
Looking gates.
had a day with Amane after seeing her luscious personality.
It was fun. I liked it.
I was a fan also.
Okay, so here we are. In the time-honored traditions of America, bright red cars are called pony cars. But they are?
What? Is that a thing?
Because of their reputation as playthings for schoolboys.
Yeah, you know us schoolboys, we love ponies.
While yellow models are jackass cars because only morons drive them.
This is not a thing.
Is this it really? It's a certain German woman I know, whether aware of that or not, deliberately drives a particularly flashy yellow vehicle around because she's a jackass. Is this what we think about when we just stand outside the school gates?
I guess. Not about how oppressing the gates are.
Apparently she very much enjoys the compliments she gets from colleagues at work, usually some variation of, "It really suits you."
Golden dog.
In other words, a stupid car like that is just about right for a dumb blonde.
God, what a jerk.
But she hasn't caught on to the fact that she's being mocked because she's a blonde.
Stupid German bimbo.
And I've tactfully decided not to inform her either. Just like with women who get flattered when someone tells them your dress does wonders for your figure, it's pretty tough to let her know after the fact that she's not really being complimented. But sometimes things like this can come back to bite you when you least expect it.
You know nothing about Americans or women.
No.
Hey, Yuuji-kun.
You can barely function as a human being.
Right?
Huh? I wasn't thinking about women.
There's a foreigner looking over here and waving at us.
We're all terrible people.
Someone you know. Is it the German woman? Yep.
It is the German woman.
Oh God, I'm going to have to do a German voice. Okay, I'll figure it out.
Don't know her. I don't have any bimbos among my acquaintances.
But I'm pretty sure she's waving at you in particular.
She's holding a sign with your name on it.
She's like, Yuuji. Nope, don't know her.
I told you I don't know her. Probably selling Girl Scout cookies.
Say what?
What are those? Either way, better not get too close. Let's get out of here.
Oh God.
It's Jables.
Howdy, Yuuji. Hey, she's pretty clearly just called your name, you know.
Nope, don't know her. That's not my name. What is that woman thinking?
Who is she?
I'll explain later. Sorry, but go on ahead.
Huh? What? You knew her after all? Could it be a loan shark? What a weird conclusion to jump to.
She's my guardian. Or rather, my guarantor. I don't know that
Guarantor?
word. Guarantor.
Is everything okay?
It's fine. Hurry up and take Makina back. What? I'll be right behind you. I'm just going to say a quick hello.
Did we miss like a huge time jump or something?
What happened?
Okay.
Apparently not enjoying the way I'm shooing her off with my hands like a stray dog, Amane walks away with a sulky expression, shooting repeated glances over her shoulder. After watching Amane and Makina disappear past the school gate, I screw up an irritated expression, scratch my head vigorously, then approach the blinding yellow bimbo mobile.
Jeez, what an ass.
Look, woman.
Ayo, enjoying your school life?
JB, it's Johnbo. Hey, yeah, more or less. You enjoy pretending to be my guardian?
You sure have a nasty way of putting things. You're just like a sucker in that respect, you know.
What did you come here for?
Do I need to have a reason to come to see you? I am technically your guardian, you know.
Yes, say that word instead of the other one, please.
My guarantor.
Although I'm grateful that you're acting as a guarantor of my background. I'm probably butchering that word.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't need a guardian at my age. Kindly get lost.
You're so cold. You are such a sweet little kid, too.
If you think you can shut me up by bringing up my childhood, you've got another thing coming. I'll repeat the question.
He really likes that phrase.
What did you come here for? If it's about work, I thought I had a break for the moment.
No. I just want to come take a peek at how well you're handling being a normal student in a normal school.
It's been like one day. There's no problem. Or maybe it hasn't, since apparently we're with Makina
closer
now.
to Makina now, yeah.
There's no problem at present. If you forced me to come up with one, your being here would top the list. It's going to be a pain in the ass to make up an excuse when I go back to the classroom. Don't increase my workload.
We prepared a perfectly straightforward past for you, didn't we? Stick to the script. I'm a distant relative of your mother.
I'd prefer to avoid lying outright where possible. Lies are like colors. The more you pile up, the blacker things get.
When it comes to lies, wouldn't Akasaka's red be more appropriate?
Get enough of that place and things turn just as black.
What are we talking about? And
I
that's
don't
why
know.
you handle things carefully, assuming you're planning on avoiding an accidental death.
I don't need you to tell me that. I'm handling this myself, which is precisely why I don't need you giving me surprises like this.
This is actually like a cult you've infiltrated or something? What is happening here? Fine, I'll head back for today.
What? Are you serious? You really did just come to see me?
That's what I said. If we needed to talk business, I'd contact you by cell phone beforehand.
Ah, right. The cell phone.
Hold it. Don't tell me you're not carrying it. After we got you a separate one for private use, on top of the one for work?
Yeah, I don't want to carry two phones. Sorry. I'll make sure to keep it around from now on.
If you don't respond to an attempt at contact from us for longer than 15 minutes, you'll have a squad on you for desertion. You do understand that, right?
I am aware.
Also, you need to submit a written application in advance to leave your prefecture.
I am aware of that as well.
Ah, that's right. When you came to this place, you walked over the prefectural border. I brought you a train ticket, you know. What the hell was that?
I hate trains, as you know.
How
could you hate trains?
What kind of an idiot walks 200 kilometers for a reason like that?
The kind that's standing in front of you. Also, the walk was closer to 175 kilometers,
In your
actually.
face, idiot. You talk pretty big considering that little trip ended with you in police custody. Well, that was weird. I'm the one who got crap from the brass, you know. Hey, you! Stop saying this woman's a pain in the ass with your eyes.
Oh god! She read my teleprompter eyes. You're some kind of psychic? How did you read my thoughts?
You want me to cry?
You're blonde. You're a bimbo. You can't possibly know my thoughts. No, look, I do feel bad about that. I'll apologize nice and slowly over dinner next time. Okay, so please leave.
If you think you can shut me up by buying me food, you've got another thing coming.
You've got another thing coming.
Not to repeat myself, but if you want to avoid an accidental death, don't do anything too stupid. Understand?
Understood. Orders received, Major Harudera.
Oof.
Hey, stop saying, can I hit this guy just once with your boobs?
Are you psychic?
Please don't spread it around. It's a pain in the ass to have to bend a spoon every time I introduce myself.
That's telekinesis, Kyle. You know.
I do understand. Don't mind my jokes.
Jeez, where did we go wrong in raising you? Such a nasty kid.
I get that a lot. Hurry up and get going. You don't have the time to play around here either, do you?
Yes, I'm leaving. Not that I need your help in managing my time. You're awfully persistent.
You're right. My bad, Jables.
As long as you understand. Well, I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
What a badass.
I watch as JB turns away and climbs into her car, her blonde hair swinging behind her in waves. As she drives off, I retrieve a cell phone from my school bag. Although I'd pretended otherwise, I've been carrying my work phone around just as ordered.
Whoop, oh god, the loudest phone ever. Put it on silent.
It's a black, low-profile slide phone I received from JB specifically for company business. I slide the screen up, quickly input the unlock PIN, and calm up the menu screen.
1111.
Although it looks like a perfectly normal cell phone, any calls made from the machine pass through a special encrypted line. Plus, it makes julienne fries. There's only one entry in the contacts. That single number is listed under JB, Julia Bardera, naturalized name, Haruda Yuria. My direct supervisor at my part-time job.
Which is?
Titch. If you're going to come, at least give me an advance warning. I click my tongue in irritation, slide the phone shut, and stuff it into my pocket of my uniform so I can respond instantly to any future contact. Harudera Yuria, alias JB, or HY, as the woman herself. She's something of a pain in the ass. She'll go nearly half a year without a single call, and then suddenly it's a brusque stand by in the designated point, where, of course, she has some incredibly troublesome job waiting to push on me. No, it's almost better when there's actually a job. Sometimes she leaves me at the rendezvous point for more than an hour without any contact.
Hey, I bet I can make one of our agents just stand around for an hour. No way!
Just watch. And then when I finally get the call I've been sitting around waiting for, it's a curt situation resolved, and I go right back home again. Well, I do get travel fee deposited into my account just for heading into a standby point, so I suppose it's not a complete fool's errand in that sense. But sometimes I can't help but feel like my time on this earth isn't being spent efficiently. I mean, if you choose to walk 175 kilometers instead of take a train,
right.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's something of a behind-the-scenes part-time job, and the work would be troublesome to explain to others if they asked. Of course, it's also not the kind of job I can just casually quit when I want to. More importantly, this is a position that I inherited from my master. I wouldn't walk away even if I could.
And that position is?
Warehouse boy. Well then, how should I explain this to Amine and company?
That's my dead sister.
I don't think I'll be able to pass her off as a cookie peddler after all. I pass through Mihama Academy's school gate, dragging myself along on heavy feet. Oh, sorry, I put on my iron boots.
Ah, there you are.
As expected, the instant I show my face in the classroom, Amine jumps all over me. Most of my classmates are gathered on the far side of the room, apparently having watched me from the window. And as I enter, they're all looking at me with questions in their eyes I can read.
They're all just jealous.
Yeah.
Hey, who was that? The blondie just now.
I'm having sex with her. I mean, I'm not having sex with her. It's my mom's friend.
Whichever one gets me in less trouble.
Blondie? Naturally, Amine is the one who steps forward to interrogate me, as if declaring herself the representative of the class. That said, the rest of the group doesn't seem to be disinterested either. Makina's staring at me with a dazed expression, and Sachi's clutching her hands together in front of her chest, waiting for my words with bated breath. As for Michiru, for some reason she's glaring at me like I kicked her puppy.
I'm the only blonde that matters.
I'm sorry. Sakaki, on the other hand, is sitting primely in her seat reading a book, as if to announce she's above such things, but judging from the way she hasn't turned the page once since I came in, we've probably got her attention as well.
She's just dumb. Leave her alone. Sometimes you read a sentence over and over and it never processes.
Right. The book is like How to Get Over Jealousy.
How to get the single guy in your school to like you.
Yeah. Step 1. Stab him. I told you already, didn't I? She's my superior from my part-time job. Actually, you said she was a cookie peddler.
Superior. Huh. Superior, is it? Yuuji-kun, you have a part-time job?
Yeah. I lost both my parents when I was a kid. Whoa, that got heavy really quick.
Yeah.
So I have to earn my own living expenses.
Killed your parents and your sister. What sort of job is it?
And a part-time job certainly won't do. It's a little difficult to summarize, but, well, I get rid of garbage, or crawl into various places and take care of the cleaning. It's what you'd call dirty work.
I work in IT. So that blondie works in cleaning too?
That's right, but she's on the management side, so she doesn't get her hands dirty.
What's her name?
JB.
Jack Black?
Yeah, her real name is Haruda Yuria. JB's a pet name.
She's Japanese? Sure doesn't look it.
She's a naturalized citizen. I think she's originally German. I don't really remember. I pull out the chair from my seat and drop my bag on top of the desk with a deliberately loud thump. The questioning over now. If you've satisfied your curiosity, then go sit down. Class is going to start. Just as I speak, the first bell rings, and Makina and Sachi scurry back to their seats.
We all sit 6 desks away from each other.
But the large woman who's been interrogating me, her expression still smoldering with irritation, pulls out the chair from the seat in front of mine and sits down heavily.
Hey, Yuuji-kun, I haven't asked you the most important question yet.
Oh my god, what? Spit it out then.
Your relationship with that person. She's not your girlfriend, is she?
Yes. That's your big question? What a joke.
It's not a laughing matter for me.
Why is everyone so loud? Don't stick your nose in my face.
You get excited.
You've got a mustache starting there.
You're kidding.
Yeah, just screwing with you.
I'm gonna break your nose, okay?
Sounds fun.
I'd love
Give it a
when
try.
woman fights. You little...
Amine's punch is slow and lacking in serious intent. I dodge it easily with a slight swaying movement of my upper body. Sway!
You're like Han Solo. Your neck just kind of shifts to the left a little bit.
Think this over calmly. Do I look like a man who could be in a relationship?
That's exactly why I'm suspicious. In your case, an older, blonde, foreign lover feels strangely plausible.
Amine stares into my eyes as if searching for the truth.
I mean, don't you also know Principal Tachibana somehow?
Well, yeah.
Talk about fishy.
Oh my god, they're onto me!
Pull out the cell phone. Abort! Come pick me up, I'm scared.
What is?
What were you doing before you came to this school?
Well, so this question finally came up. On paper, I was studying abroad in Canada, or some similar lie they came up with for my forged personal history. But if they start pushing into that story, this will just drag on.
And I didn't read it, so I don't know what the right answer is.
Nobody goes to Canada on purpose. Answering somewhat, honestly now, should make for less trouble down the line anyway.
People end up in Canada accidentally constantly, though.
Yeah. I might as well stay. Before I came here, I guess I was a freeloader of sorts.
Freeloader?
If you want me to make it sound fancier, maybe a gigolo. I was being supported by an unrelated older woman.
That's the blonde woman?
No, she's a friend of the other woman. I started mooching off her after the first one died.
Jesus, why does everyone around you die? You're awful.
In exchange, she worked me brutally hard on the job. She doesn't have anything to complain about. Amine shuts her eyes, slaps her hand on her forehead, and heaves a heavy sigh.
I could have had a V8. In any case, you don't have a girlfriend, right?
I mean, could she be any more thirsty?
Right? I like it.
Right. I'll admit I don't quite understand why that's the main point here.
Really?
But I guess this stuff is on the mind of girls at this age. If you try to force your perspective onto everything, you'll lose sight of the bigger pleasure.
What? That's the picture.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's on your mind?
You know.
A big girl pleasure.
Yeah, although she doesn't look entirely satisfied by my response, Amine mutters a brief, "Well, all right," rises from the chair, and heads back to her own seat. I watch until she finally sits down, and then quickly turn to look behind me.
What do you want?
Immediately behind me, I find a bright red Michiru staring back at me. Were you listening?
What? Gah!
There's like 50 seats in here, and everyone has to sit around me.
Yeah, of course.
Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm interested or anything.
Oh, right. She's Tsundere.
Yeah, if you forgot.
I wasn't listening. I just happened to overhear. Don't go around making me hear your weird stories. Got it? You're a real nuisance sometimes.
Crossing her arms tightly in front of her chest, her face bright red, Michiru babbles frantically. In response, I thrust out my right hand in an energetic thumbs up. Nice, Tsundere. Michiru.
Gah, you're such a jerk.
If you don't want to talk about something, you should make it awkward to ask. Based on that theory, I tried spicing things up a little more than the reality, but who knows how much of it they believed. Of course, it's true that my parents died when I was still a kid, that I was picked up by an older woman, my master, and that I lived off the money she earned. After my master's death, I did get work from her friend JB in order to earn my keep. On top of that, it's thanks to her vouching for me that I'm able to attend a normal school like this in the first place. Now that I think about it, I didn't change the facts much at all.
I blew my cover.
But then the more you focus on constructing believable lies, the less they tend to work. When you stick more or less to the truth, you'll end up convincing people no matter how absurd the story sounds. A promising start would be a bit of an overstatement, but I think I can work with this.
What are you?
I still don't know what's going on even a little bit.
Some weird secret agent.
No matter what sort of life you're living, you'll run into people who just won't listen to what you have to say. When words don't get through, the easiest alternative is beating them into submission. Certainly a bit of a rough solution. But when you're dealing with another man, it's at least an option.
Yeah, I don't beat women unless they really ask for it.
But when you're dealing with a woman, let alone a shrimp of a girl who doesn't come up to your shoulder, it's a different story. If you start swinging your fists around out of irritation under those circumstances, anyone would call it bullying the weak, or abuse, or battery. It's bad style, leaves an unpleasant taste in your mouth, too. What's called for in such situations is perseverance and patience. They're always saying we live in the age of technological wonders, so I've been waiting for someone to invent a machine you can stick on your back and switch to Zen-like, instantly granting yourself infinite self-control. Have the best orgasms now. But despite the clear market potential, the world isn't yet such a convenient place.
Hey girls, have you ever heard of tantric sex?
Well, no big deal. I'm pretty used to endurance tests by now. I can go all night.
I'm up to 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's been 5 minutes since I spotted Irisu Makina wandering aimlessly around the campus and called out, "What are you up to?" in a casual tone. On the bright side, she reacted to my voice and stopped dead in her tracks instead of fleeing. But the next step is proving a little more problematic. The girl's just staring up at my face. She hasn't said a word. Can you not speak Japanese? Japanese, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Perfect. Silent as always. Makina shakes her head back and forth in denial, apparently having understood my question. Are you afraid of me, maybe? Her silence continues, and this time there's neither confirmation nor denial.
She's actually the person you're going for. Like, you're trying to suss her out. She's the terrorist leader.
Oh, no!
That's why she's afraid of you.
It seems unlikely. And then you fall in love with her.
A real Romeo and Juliet story.
Yeah. She didn't understand the question, which would mean that this one is in uncertain territory somewhere between yes and no. Maybe, perhaps, as far as I can guess. I'm repeating myself, but this sort of communication takes a lot of patience and persistence and pleasure. I try to consciously consider things from Makina's point of view. You just kneel down and look up.
How does your neck not hurt all the time?
A transfer student with an unclear background, what's more, a man 178 centimeters high. From the perspective of Makina, who I'd guess to be around 140 centimeters. Oh, yeah, you got to get her measurements. Just ask her.
Yeah, let me get my tape measure out real quick.
It might well be a little intimidating to have me towering above her. For the moment, I crouch down so that my eyes are level with hers. It seemed like you were wandering around the grounds. Are you looking for something? Nope. Makina speaks a single word in a quiet voice and once again shakes her head in denial. Then what were you doing? That's a point of some interest to me, but, well, if you get down to it, wherever she is and whatever she's doing is her own business, I suppose. I'm not a policeman, and I don't have any reason to drag it out of her.
Well, that's at least that check mark. He's not a policeman.
Oh, okay. Now he's showing restraint.
We're getting down to the bottom of this.
Nailed it! If you've got a checklist going, you can check off policeman.
Yeah.
In this case, it might be best to find some words to wrap this up cleanly. Give her a friendly goodbye and let this timid creature be on her way. But just as I reach this conclusion, Makina slowly moves her head to the rear of her hand. Jesus, that's like a contortion.
She's flexible.
To the rear of her skirt.
She's got a gun.
Grabs something with her stubby fingers and pushes it in front of my eyes. What's this thing? It's just her ass. At a glance, the item in Makina's small hand is a toy-like object roughly the size of an egg.
She's got a Tamagotchi.
With an LCD screen buried in the center.
A digital pet?
Yeah.
What's that? On closer
Oh my god, shut it off!
examination. I killed it! I'm so sorry!
Why is there like 4 things of poop on here?
Yeah. There's some unknown life form or monster, most closely resembling a chick, displayed in blocky pixels on the central LCD.
I miss Tamagotchis.
Yeah, those were fun. I mean, they have an app, but I mean...
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It seems to be programmed with some cheap animations, about 3 patterns or so. This game sucks. Come to think of it, I remember reading a news article about this a few years ago. After developing the smallest 3-axis geomagnetism sensor in the world at the time.
Is this the new Call of Duty?
Can I run Doom on this?
Probably. Someone put Doom on a pregnancy test.
Right. Oh, jeez. A certain company fed that technology into a children's electronic toy, which then became an explosive hit among grade schoolers. So we're in the 90s?
I guess.
It's a pedometer, right? One of those things where the pet grows up faster the more you walk? Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Nodding her head, Makina returns the pedometer in her hand to her waist. In other words, she wasn't looking for anything in particular. Her wandering itself was the objective. Walking's a good thing, since it's
Pat.
aerobatic exercise without too much strain on the joints. And if you're going to walk anyway, having some sort of visible result from the effort might make it feel more worthwhile.
I should have got one of these when I refused to take the train.
Yeah. This episode brought to you by Pokemon Go.
Right?
Well,
wasn't there like a Pikachu Tamagotchi?
Yeah, I think so.
It came with like one of the games or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was... Right. Like, you could actually walk with your Pokemon. And
Yeah,
that, like, leveled up your friendship levels and
Right.
all that. Yeah.
well, I don't really want to go outside that much.
Makina points at the school gate as she speaks. I see. It makes sense that she'd want to avoid crowded places given her extreme shyness. That would restrict her strolls to pacing around the school grounds, which would quickly get repetitive. So the digital pet serves as a distraction from that boredom, most likely. You like taking walks?
Sorta. Kinda.
Sorta, is it? Well, walking for fun at this age might be a little odd. Seems more like a hobby of an old man. I mean, she's playing a game.
Yeah. Little kids walk all the time.
You have any other interests, like reading, for example, since walking and your toy are lame? Reading any books lately? Books?
What are those?
Manga's fine too, whatever.
Mangas are literature.
To tell the truth, I'd already heard from Amine that Makina often reads books, and reading is a hobby of mine as well. I think it's a decent common topic for starters. In response to my question, Makina holds her right index finger to her chin and mumbles, while gazing up at the sky.
A quiz book.
Quiz, huh? Was it interesting?
What's the dangerous sweet that's life-threatening to observe with the naked eye?
Huh? And we'll never know.
Yeah.
Life-threatening to observe with the naked eye. What kind of death ray weapon is that? It's the sun!
Right?
And a sweet of all things. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's sweet.
Jesus
oh
Christ!
God.
It was all a ploy to kill us.
The end.
Some new tech from the West, just looking at it, is dangerous. would mean it's probably some variety of optical weapon, something like an X-ray possessing mass, or some sort of beam saber style light-based killing tool.
Can't call it a lightsaber.
Yeah. I don't think they could fit that on a Laffy Taffy.
Right. Oh my god.
What the hell? No, wait. If just seeing it is dangerous. Some sort of super weapon that radiates a pulse to the receptors of the eyeball, using a flickering pattern to stimulate the brain cells and trigger accelerated apoptosis. Hold it. Hold it. This thing is sweet, right? A sweet. Where the hell do we go from there? All I'm getting is some sort of chocolatey pastry shooting out a mysterious beam of light. Pew, pew, pew.
He's just sitting there like sweating profusely.
Yeah. Don't know. I give up. What's the answer? It was a mysterious sweet that goes pew, pew, pew. Candy. What? Candy. See and die.
Oh, I get it. Stupid.
Oh.
Like the letter C.
It was a Laffy Taffy joke. See and die. Ah. I get it. I watched that anime. I missed that angle. Candy. Can I go now?
He's creeping me out.
Yeah, sorry to hold you up. He just like slowly, he's like, that was pretty funny. He's just like, starts laughing to himself.
Titus laughing in the middle of the courtyard.
Yeah. Without even a bye or later, Makina leaves the area at a trot, as if fleeing from me.
Everyone seems to do that.
It doesn't seem like she outright hates me, though. Hooray!
Isn't it the opposite?
Oh my god! How long have you been there?
Since the part about candy, I think.
What do you mean by the opposite?
Well, you know, her shyness is definitely part of it, but I think Makina's trying not to be disliked by you.
I like when women try to not be disliked by me. Trying to not be disliked? That's a double negative.
Makina's really a more cheerful girl, but she's often so energetic that it gets on people's nerves, so she's holding back.
Herm. True enough, I remember seeing her rushing around brandishing a cicada and cackling that first time. If that's her normal state, then the way she behaves in front of me would certainly be a product of deliberate self-restraint, but...
If she's holding back, isn't that proof that she's consciously trying to avoid being hated by you?
I think it could be interpreted as simple fear as well.
Well, half out of fear. Does that sound about right? But I think that'll be alright.
What makes you say that?
When you were talking with Makina just now, you squatted down to talk to her face to face, right? That's actually pretty effective. Most people just pick her up.
Yeah? When I was a kid, there was a time I'd been surrounded by unfamiliar adults and found myself on the brink of tears. When one of the adults stooped down to talk with me face to face, I immediately got emotionally attached.
You smell like smoking
I'm
and
in love.
drinking.
Looking back, I feel like shouting, "You sure got attached to an outrageous person," or complaining about what an idiot I was, but...
Right. I'm pretty tall myself and all, and Makina really didn't take to me at first. Took me a good month to figure out that trick of bending over when I talked to her. Why don't you try it with me?
And now she's glued to you, or something like that?
Well, she's definitely gotten attached to me. But it's not like we're together constantly. Makina is the type that fundamentally likes to play alone.
She won't even rest on my bosom.
And the girl's got some pretty fierce mood swings, too. Don't take this the wrong way, but if I was with her constantly, I'd get worn out pretty fast.
Maybe she's playing by herself because she understands that?
Can't explain it too well, but she's kind of like a cat. When she wants your attention, she'll meow and cuddle up to you, but the instant she gets bored, she'll be gone like that. And if you rub her stomach, you've got a 90% chance of being clawed. Her hair's all fluffy and curly, her body's flexible and soft, her temperature's high so it's warm when you hug her, and she's got that mildly sweet scent. Very cat-like, don't you think?
This is a normal conversation.
You know a lot of intimate details about this little girl.
She loves to push stuff off the shelves. A cat, I see.
Well, she might seem a little blunt till she gets used to you, but she's really not a bad kid. Try to make friends.
I don't plan to force her to be friends if she doesn't want to be, but yeah, I'll try to avoid being hated. If I avoid unnecessary contact, I shouldn't inspire any hatred or come to hate anyone myself. In exchange, I won't be liked or come to like anyone either. Maintaining emotional distance along appropriate lines is an essential, but extremely difficult aspect of forming efficient interpersonal relationships.
So weird.
Of course, there are always these careless puppy dog types who will leap into your arms wagging their tails right from the start.
What? Are you staring at my face for...
Well, just thinking about how beautiful you are.
Got in the mood for a kiss?
What is going on?
What is happening?
I don't know. All right, Amine, close your eyes.
Okay.
Her chest swelling with some ridiculous expectation. She's pregnant. Amine closes her eyes and thrusts out her lips as instructed.
I mean, just do it.
Moving quickly and silently, I make good my getaway.
Just, you're an idiot.
Leaving the girl to her foolishness. No, you left in foolishness.
Hey, where are you going? You tease.
I see. Makina may have the right idea, leaving out later or goodbye entirely and silently running away sweetly is less troublesome. Don't take it the wrong way, Amine. It's not that I hate you. I'm just trying to avoid being hated by you. Ha ha ha.
I'd just break your heart.
All right, then. These are some weird interactions these characters have.
Are.
Read books in a well-lit area, Sonic says.
Just a poster.
Read books in a well-lit area. Manga counts too. That was a teaching of my master's. Now his master is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
At that time, I was accustomed to reading while shut up in a closet or dark room, so those words felt a bit refreshing. Of course, it's not like I'm worried about obeying the teachings of a woman who's already dead, and I'm still not good with direct sunlight. It burns. But here I am searching for a bright place with a book in hand anyway. Aren't I adorable?
Looks around. Anyone please call me adorable?
Oh, man. The weirdest game.
Yes, it is.
No reason to wander around looking for a sunny place in this shitty heat.
Hey, language.
Stepping away from the air-conditioned school building, I unfold the school's admissions guide pamphlet. On the coated threefold brochure, there's a bird's-eye view illustration of the campus with a mark to the south of the schoolhouse annotated planned site of library construction. Planned site, meaning there isn't a library yet, I guess.
Look. It's a big open grassless
That little
field.
building is the library.
Yeah.
Although there is something library-esque on the second floor of the school building, the collection only holds around 200 books. You can apply to have a book stocked if you're after one in particular, and apparently a bookmobile replaces the existing collection every once in a while.
Book it club.
Bookmobile! But it doesn't seem like it's being used that heavily. That's what I'm going to name our car if we ever buy one.
The bookmobile.
The bookmobile. Our car. Are we going to buy one together?
Yeah, of course. We got a
company car.
We need it for business travel.
For business. In other words, there's no reason to go out of my way to borrow the key to use it. I brought my own books, and there are plenty of well-lit areas besides the library. While casually looking over the pamphlet, I find the words Rose Garden. This is definitely our principal's doing. God.
All right.
Oh,
A
God.
rose garden is absolutely essential for...
Oh, wait. She's supposed to be Yuki.
Yeah.
A rose
She's
garden
happy.
is absolutely essential for a school attended by young maidens. At the entrance ceremony every year, the seniors can pin the roses they grew themselves on the chests of the new students. Tee hee, how beautiful.
Or so I can easily imagine a certain woman who doesn't know how to act her age, deluding herself. Pretty
He's making up these, like, fake situations in his head and then getting mad about them.
right? And just pretending that they are real and
Yeah.
happened. Pretty flowers might calm your mind, but they won't fill your belly.
Tell that to a sheep.
If you've got room to grow them, it would be better used for an edible plant. But telling her that would probably just make things unpleasant. Roses are so stupid. I'll just have to remember to greet Principal Tachibana with a "Good day, Onisama," the next time I see her.
Maybe we should plant hemp.
A rose garden. I don't have any interest in inedible flowers, but I guess there would be a shade tree or two as well. Imagining myself reading under a tree surrounded by blooming roses brings a smirk to my face.
Just sitting under a tree, you look back. Why can't I eat you?
Who planted these here?
Useless.
Guided by these silly thoughts, I decide to head toward the rose garden for the first and only time.
Spoilers.
They call it a rose garden, but not a single one's in bloom. It's not even a good rose garden. Yeah. Based on the map, this is definitely the right spot, and there's even a white arch that seems appropriate, but from what I can see, there aren't any roses in flower. Maybe the garden's still a work in progress. Maybe it's a metaphor for the women here who are virgins. Or perhaps they're cutting the buds during the summer.
That's the achievement list. You go into the rose garden, and each rose blooms the further you get with each girl.
Well, not like I came to see roses in the first place. So whatever.
I mean, my day's not ruined or anything.
What in the hell? There's a girl here.
Oh my god.
She ate a poison apple. She's dead.
It's Loli Isaac Newton.
I would play that, man. Oh god, that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting anyone else to be here. No, more importantly, what in the heck is she doing? She's got one yellow sock and one black sock.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. It must just be the overlay.
She's just childish. Likes to have mismatching.
Are we sure?
Thigh highs.
Can you hide the text box? Because I bet it's just the color.
I don't know how.
Okay.
Wasn't it space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, no, you're right.
I was gonna say it's pretty opaque.
Yeah.
I approach silently and touch Makina's neck in the area of her corroded artery. She's got a pulse. I mean, wouldn't you like? What? That'd be the first thing you do. You wouldn't like look at her stomach or
just be like, "Hey."
Yeah, I mean,
what are you doing?
You'd be able to see that she's breathing.
Right.
On close inspection, she's breathing quietly. So I guess the wicked stepmother, Amine, in this
we already
case,
said that.
Didn't feed her a poisoned apple.
We made that joke already.
She's sleeping? Wait, this thing is a cat, I think. I mean, no, it's a human, dumbass. A large cat is serving as the soundly sleeping Makina's pillow.
Oh, she's on a cat.
Oh, okay. That was really confusing.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'd taken it for a stuffed animal at first glance. It sure looks like a fluffy toy, but when I draw close, the stubby ears buried in its fur twitch like miniature radar antennas. My next question, why sleep out here? God, in the rose garden, of all places.
She's like that little girl from Sailor Moon.
Oh,
she's laying on Luna.
Yeah. Soon resolves itself. I see. It's definitely nice and cool here. Cats are knowledgeable about cool places, or so they used to say. As for Makina, I expect she was wandering around by herself as per usual, then grew exhausted and collapsed into sudden sleep on the spot.
Chewing that one bite of apple really tuckered her out.
I watched the partially gnawed apple on Makina's chest rise and fall with her breathing. There you go. That's how you check if she's breathing.
You come back like 10 minutes later and she's just covered in ants.
Yeah. She fell asleep in the middle of eating, just like a baby. I noticed that Makina's mouth is half open and dripping transparent drool. Not to mention her hair's a scruffy mess. The ribbon on her uniform is crooked. She's completely unsightly. She's wearing different socks on her left and right leg.
There it is.
What's with this girl? As I look down upon her, Makina suddenly snuffles noisily. Yeah. What a weirdo. It's been a while since the last time I laughed at a woman's sleeping face.
every time your master was asleep, you're just standing like,
yeah, right, pointing at her face. Even as I'm filled with the desire to keep watching, discomfort at the peaceful atmosphere of this place also wells up within me.
Oh God.
At that moment, I sense someone watching me and look over to find that Makina's pillow cat has woken up and is staring up at me in surprise.
We have to fight now.
Bitch. Sorry to bother you. Go back to sleep. Okay. I leave them, taking care to avoid making noise, and sit down under a tree a little ways away. Phew! Wandering around as she pleases and falling asleep in the nearest cool place when she gets tired. I see. She certainly does remind you of a cat. I'm envious. I wish I was a cat.
Right?
Everybody! That's not sarcasm or anything. I'm genuinely envious of Makina.
Why are you assuring
yourself?
yourself?
Yeah. I'm sure that she brings that little pocket of naturally peaceful space with her wherever she goes. I think that's something worth envying, and it's probably very precious to her as well. Which might well be why she doesn't want to step outside this sanctuary of a school when she can avoid it. Inside this sanctuary, that would crumble in a moment without the protection of others. I wonder if the day will come when I, too, can sleep in that utterly defenseless way.
Her Tamagotchi's just beeping like crazy.
Turning towards the sound, I noticed the fat white cat from before appearing from the distance of the thicket I just left.
Yo.
Rustling its way through the foliage on stubby legs, it stops suddenly when it spots me sitting under the shade of my tree. Glaring at me with sleepy-looking eyes, it lets out a single disgruntled meow. Row.
Mr. Owl.
Mr. Owl. My bad. After getting suddenly awoken in the middle of a pleasant nap, it's only natural. If I were pulled out of bed on a Sunday morning by some pushy religious solicitors, I'm sure I'd make a similar face. Although the fat cat doesn't seem to have accepted my apology, he snuffles roughly and lumbers away from this place.
And this guy really likes body shaming.
As I'm watching the cat's dignified exit, the bushes start to rustle again. Nah. I hear the sound of a dim-witted creature. God, calm down with the adjectives, man! And lazily stretching out its body. When I take a look, Makina's crouched on the ground on all fours, bending her back. Get it? Because she's like a cat.
Whoa.
She really is a cat in human form.
I thought she was just doing a TikTok video about going from rookie to master.
Oh, okay.
If you know what I'm talking about, then you are also a pervert.
Makina opens her mouth, holds down a yawn, and rubs roughly at the tears spilling out of the corners of her eyes. After a restless look around the area, she draws herself up off the ground. It's not like I'm doing anything I need to be ashamed of, police officer. But before I realize it, I've hidden myself from her. After standing stock still for a moment, Makina takes a bite from the apple in her hand and wanders off briskly. She just falls over again. And where's she off to now? It doesn't look like she's got any particular destination in mind. Driven by an interest I find difficult to pin down, I decide to quietly follow Makina.
That's
of
not
course
weird.
You do. Don't we have something to do today? Like, is this what we have to do with
This
our
is
day?
your whole day, just following this little girl around.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Well, we're going to be more creepy next week.
Yay!
So,
That's otaku.
look forward to that. Yeah, this is definitely the Loli route. I mean,
Right.
we're not on that route, but we haven't made any choices
I don't
yet.
know. No, we haven't.
So, we're technically still in Act 1, I guess? If there's even acts in this. I don't know.
Right, exactly.
We'll see what happens. Don't spoil it for us, please. See you guys next time.